Hello, YouTube, or just hello. This is day 2 of my diary blog. Diary blog, vlog. We'll call it whatever we want to call it, I guess. We'll just call it diary.
It's diary.
It's diary, Addison says. What shall we talk about today? Let's talk about anxiety. This is going to be kind of hard to talk about a little bit, I guess. If you don't have anxiety and you don't want to learn about anxiety, or
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Just move on.
Yeah, you just too far and got the time. I just take
Addison.
I just stick in my head. Oh, that's all. What is your favorite day to do, guys?
Mom, remember this is Mommy's video diary.
Okay.
It's not question time. Well, we'll do one with questions. I promise. Okay. If you don't know anybody with anxiety, or if you do know somebody with anxiety and you want to figure out how to help them, stay put and watch, For me, anxiety comes in different ways. I can have moments of where I'm just crying.
Or you just taste your mind.
That's not anxiety, but okay.
But, hey, Mommy.
Addison, can Mommy get this done, please?
Okay.
Sorry. I'm having an anxiety attack a little bit too right now. It's kind of hard for me to talk about anxiety. Anxiety can manifest in different ways. I don't think most people don't realize that. You can have the racing heart. That can be, plus that could be for anything though too, racing heart. But it can be a sign of anxiety, yes. Like you're having an anxiety attack or a panic attack. Which to me, I think they're kind of about the same almost. But everybody deals with stuff differently. I've tried the breathing techniques, and sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't, or can't somehow. And I can get overwhelmed, and then that could cause anxiety attacks too. I do not like anxiety. I do not. But I have had it all my life, I think. When I was little, I had social anxiety. I still got social anxiety some, but I think that's gotten a little bit better. And it takes a while for me to get used to being around people, for me to come more out of my shell. And I think some of it just stems from being bullied. Yeah, I was bullied as a kid at times. I don't like bullies. No. And I hope and pray that we can teach Addison that bullying is not okay. It's not. And that's another...
Because bullying is not okay because that's being mean.
Yes, it's being mean, yes.
Because every time I be bullied, every time I be bullied to go in our family, family yells at me.
Well, you're not being a bully to them. I don't think. At least you better not be. I find out you are, you're going to get your phone time and video game time, etc. all took away from you. You have everything took away from you. You're going to be a bully.
I was not going to be a bully. I was going to tell the truth, but they keep on me away.
Well, that's something we'll talk about later on, but Mommy's trying to do this, okay?
Okay.
But sometimes, like right now when I'm talking, sometimes I'll move my hands around. That can be kind of a form of anxiety too. Like, I'm having anxiety.
I'm going in my toy room.
Okay, go to your toy room. I had a bad anxiety attack. I don't know if it was really want to say bad, but it was. I've never done this one before. The day before Thanksgiving, I got so overwhelmed with stuff that I had such an anxiety attack that I could sit down on the couch, curl up in a ball on the couch, and cover myself up with a blanket. I've never done that before. I mean, after my anxiety attacks, especially if they're real big ones, I will have to lay down and take a nap or something. Cause it's just,
Big one.
yes, because I get drained. I just get so drained from it.
If you get big sickness, you'll have to see the doctor.
Yes, if you get very bad sick, you need to go to the doctor. Yes. Can Mommy get this done without being interrupted? Please.
Yes.
Well, then be quiet. Let me get this done.
I'm on
I think the best way you can help somebody with anxiety is just to be there. Whether you're just sitting beside them, because sometimes when I'm in a panic attack or anxiety attack or whatever you want to call your attacks, I don't want to be touched sometimes. And just sit there beside me, just make your presence known somehow. Sometimes that's all I need is just have your presence known. But then there's sometimes though I got to have that contact pressure. Sometimes if you have somebody wrap you up like this right here, it helps them. Yeah. Like I said, I've tried the breathing technique. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. I've tried the counting the 10 or whatever. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Sometimes I have to go to a dark space and just be by myself, It's just, you just know that somebody's there, even if I have to go to a different room and be by myself. Just know that somebody's here for me is all I ask. That helps a lot. So all you can do is just be there. Even if you're on the phone call with them and they having a panic attack or whatever. If, say, your family member or your friend calls you during a panic attack, it's just that they just want to know that you're there. You do not have to talk to them. You just be there for them. They just want to know that you're there. And sometimes that's all you need is to have somebody there to help you get through it. A person with anxiety can take medicines, and they still can have anxiety attacks. Like, I've been taking anxiety medicine, and I still get anxiety attacks sometimes. It's not as bad as it was before I started taking my medicine, but I still get them sometimes. And sometimes I'll be asleep, and I will wake up from a dream where I had a panic attack in my dream or something. And, like last night I was in my I knew the anxiety was I knew the attack was coming. I could tell it was. Because I couldn't get to sleep. No matter what I did, I couldn't get to sleep. And finally, I was able to process it down or breathe it out, or, you know, and I was able to get to sleep. It took a little bit. I think it took maybe about 30 minutes to an hour for me to get it. Anxiety's not fun. If anybody, you know, and there's some people that says, oh, I've got anxiety, and then they really don't have anxiety. Or they'll say, I don't have anxiety, but then they start having anxiety attacks. You know, it can affect people differently too. And not one attack is always going to be the same. And then sometimes it's different. Anxiety can be caused from anything. Trauma as a kid, like being bullied. I think it's what's caused some of my anxiety. When I was a kid, I was bullied. Being bullied as a grown up too can cause it. Any kind of trauma can cause anxiety. And yes, there's things in my life that happened to me when as a teenager and stuff that I will not share on here. Just know that it's one thing that's caused my anxiety. I think it's one of the, yeah. And then anxiety could be caused from a chemical imbalance too, you know. Cats. Because it can, you know, anxiety can manifest from anything. It can be caused by anything, and it's nothing that you've done. And then too, that's another thing. You get in your head that you're a failure, which you're not a failure. See, sometimes I blame myself for stuff. Whether it's my fault or not, I still blame myself. Sometimes I get, you know, if I have to get on to my daughter constantly, it causes me to feel like a bad mother, and I beat myself up for it. But she's not a bad kid, though. It's nothing that she does. It's me. It's just in, you know, me. I would never blame my anxiety on her, never. Because it's not her fault. It's all up in here on me.
Yes, it was your fault.
She sure can make me smile, though. She helps me a lot with my anxiety, I think. She may not realize that she does, but she does. Especially when she looks at me and just gives me her big old grins that she has. That's the best. Those grins are the best.
I'm sure I'm not going now.
Some people says that anxiety is a form of depression, which it could possibly be a form of depression, yes. Because I do have depression sometimes. I do get depressed sometimes. You know, that's just, it's all a mental thing. That's all it is. It's been here. Anxiety, people with anxiety is always blaming themselves for things. Even things that's, it's kind of hard to get my words out right. I'm sorry. Sorry. Talking about anxiety can cause me to get overwhelmed because I want to spread awareness about anxiety, but that it's okay. If there's something that makes you anxious, it's okay. It's okay to step away from things if it makes you anxious. Sometimes you need to be by yourself sometimes, and it's okay. Okay, I gotta go. Bye.